This is our final video in the Blackboard orientation series on course activities that are commonly done in all Blackboard courses. There are several ways that instructors are going to have you submit work in Blackboard. We'll cover 3 here, but there are several others as well. If you ever need assistance, feel free to call the help desk. There's also chat, and you can email us and we can send you there too. Plus, there's always the Blackboard Help button. Discussion boards are one way that faculty will ask you to interact with your classmates. A test may be assigned to be taken within Blackboard. And assignments can also be uploaded or typed directly into Blackboard. For discussion boards, this is kind of the online version of an interactive classroom activity. So if you consider the discussion board like your classroom, a forum is a set of single conversations on a topic. Oftentimes a single forum will be considered a week's worth of discussions. When you click on a forum, you'll be entered into an area where you can see the threads. Each thread is a single line of a conversation within a forum. So think of it as different conversations happening in the same room of the forum. If you click on one thread in a forum, you'll be able to see the conversation as it unfolds. The top post is the start of that thread, and posts underneath it are the replies. If you're going to post to a discussion board, there are 2 common tasks that happen then: creating a new thread or creating a reply. To create a new thread, you'll click the Create Thread button. If you can't see this button, make sure your instructor knows. After you click that button, you'll need to add a subject. This is what your students will see in the class with you. Once you've added your subject, add a message, and then if your instructor has guided you to do so, you can add an attachment. If your instructor has not given you guidance to do so, do not add attachments. Once you're finished, you can save the draft and return to it later, or you can click Submit, and your post will appear as a new thread. If you want to add a reply to someone's thread, you simply click the Reply button underneath their initial thread or under their comment. You can change the subject line if you like, add your message using the rich text editor. If you need to attach a file, you can do so, and then either save the draft or submit as needed. Long threaded discussions can get overwhelming if you're not sure how to use them carefully. Also note that posting from a discussion on the Blackboard app is a less than desirable experience. A file upload is the most common way that instructors will have you upload an assignment. To do so, you'll click the assignment title, and then you'll be presented with the assignment submission area. If you see a dashed box, that means you can drag and drop files here, which is much faster than the old-fashioned way of searching your computer or connecting to the cloud storage account in order to select a file. When you've selected your file, you can add comments for your instructor if you need to, and then save the draft or submit it. Please note that Save Draft does not submit your work. You can return to it later to submit, but once the due date has passed, you will not be able to retrieve that draft. You will not be able to submit it afterwards. This is simply kind of a holding place for you if you need to come back. Clicking Submit is the only way to trigger the automatic email receipt to prove you have submitted your assignment. All of your submission receipts are located in My Grades, as we noted in the previous presentations. It's important to note when you're asked to upload file, if you cannot see your work in the assignment feedback area as it looks on the document, your file may not work with Blackboard and your instructor may not accept it. To make absolutely certain that your instructor will accept your file, make sure you can see the actual file. Make sure you can see the actual file contents in the window and not just a download button. For some file formats, your instructor will tell you that the download button is okay, but it's always best to make sure you can see your file contents before you navigate away from that submission. Do not upload Google formatted documents. Blackboard cannot accept them. Save all of those as Microsoft formats instead. The Word doc, Excel, PowerPoint, all of those formats, not Google. If your instructor has told you you do not need a file submission, but just to write the submission for the assignment, you can click Write Submission. That will open up another text box. Make sure you don't get this confused with the comments area. This is the actual text submission for your assignment. You can add hyperlinked URLs for websites. You can embed images. You can put video links in here. All of these, as well as just simple text. If you're asked to take a test in Blackboard, note that instructors have a lot of different options for exams. They will allow them to use a whole bunch of different types of questions. They will also allow them to change the question and answer display order. They will allow them to change whether and when to show scores or correct answers. You may have to wait until everyone's taken the exam. You may not ever get to see the correct answers. Faculty can choose whether to force you to complete the test in one single sitting. In order to do your best, read the instructions very carefully and never take a test on a mobile device. This includes tablets, iPads, phablets, smartphones, Chromebooks, any mobile device. We cannot guarantee that your selections will be saved. It's always best to take it from a computer with a strong broadband connection or a wired internet connection that you know will be good and secure for you. Don't lose points. Anytime you have an assignment, make sure that you receive a submission receipt for the work. Track all of the due dates carefully so you don't overlook anything. Pay close attention to the instructions on your tests.